Hello. Today we are going to talk about Southwood Elementary's blended learning procedures and protocols. In this review of blended learning, we are going to look at attendance, student materials, sanitization, safety, arrival and dismissal, breakfast, restrooms, recess, and lunch, and daily schedules. The return to blended dates begin Monday, February 1st, beginning with pre-K to third grade cohort A students. Thursday, February 4th, pre-K to third grade cohort B students. Monday, February 8th, our fourth and fifth grade cohort A students will join pre-K to third grade cohort A students. And Thursday, February 11th, fourth and fifth grade cohort B students will join our pre-K to third grade cohort B students. Sixth grade will remain remote. Let's look at understanding A, B cohorts and scheduling. Cohort A students will attend classes in person on Monday and Tuesday and participate in remote learning on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Cohort B students will attend classes on Thursday and Friday and participate in remote learning on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Attendance will still be taken on days when students are not physically on site. This is conducted via the parent portal. On days when students report to the building, teachers will take attendance. Please make sure you take your child's temperature before they leave in the morning. Do not send them to school if they have a fever or any symptoms of COVID-19. How do I know what days my child comes to school? Looking for which blended learning group your child is in? Go to your parent portal. On the bottom left, click More. Select Blended Remote Learning. Verify it is you. Scroll down to the bottom and you will see which group your child is in. Cohort A is Monday, Tuesday in the school building, and cohort B is Thursday, Friday in the school building. What to bring? Your child will need to bring their backpack, mask, which are mandatory that the students wear at all times, even on the playground. We do have disposable ones if your child does not have their own. Water bottle, which will be refillable during the day. Chromebook and Chromebook chargers, except for kindergarten. Kindergarten will not need to bring their Chromebook and Chromebook chargers back and forth. Please charge your Chromebooks before coming to school. Make sure your child has all of their textbooks, and you are welcome to pack a healthy snack, which is an individual snack for your child, which they will not be able to share with others. Sanitization procedures. The health and safety of all staff and students is at the heart of our return to blended learning plan. Each space used by staff and students will be cleaned daily, and common use areas such as restrooms will be sanitized every 2 hours. At this time, drinking fountains are closed due to health concerns. Please ensure your child brings a water bottle to school daily. Nightly, our custodial team wipes desks, surfaces, and mops floors. Every Wednesday will be our deep clean day. Custodians will utilize our vector sanitizing sprayers to spray all desks, chairs, door handles, common areas, and surfaces in addition to hand wiping and mopping. Separation of persons with suspected communicable disease. Each school will have a designated space to be used to separate staff or students who become ill with a potentially communicable disease. Students will wear masks. Students in the separation room will be socially distanced and monitored at all times. Parents or guardians are to be notified immediately. The students should be picked up as soon as possible. CDC does not currently recommend conducting universal symptom screening, temperature checks at school. So students should not attend school when they are sick. School nurses and Health, Family, and Community Services Department will communicate with Columbus Public Health, determine possible exposure or transmission to other students or staff, follow guidelines from CDC, ODH, and CPH, notify parents or guardians and staff of possible exposure, and provide directions for next steps. Safety. Students are required to wear masks when moving about the school, hallways, or classroom, using the bathroom, hand washing areas, at recess, when entering the building, and during dismissal. Children must social distance the entirety of the day. Children are provided with visual supports to ensure they understand our expectations. Children will be asked to sanitize their hands upon entry and at each transition. Hand washing will be required before and after play centers, eating, and outdoor play. Please stay home if your child has a cough or difficulty breathing, fever over 100, headache, sore throat, chills or body aches, nausea, vomiting or diarrhea, fatigue, congestion or runny nose, or exposed to a person with confirmed diagnosis of COVID-19. How long to stay home? Exposed to a known case of COVID-19, which is 15 minutes or more within 6 feet, mask or no mask, quarantine for 10 days from the last date of known exposure. Symptoms of COVID-19, quarantine or isolate for 10 days. Positive COVID-19 test, isolate for at least 10 days from the date of the initial symptom and until cleared by a local health official. Student arrival. In preparation for your child's return to blended learning, please plan for the following arrival procedures. All students riding buses will enter through the front doors on 4th Street. Pre-K to 5th graders enter through the cafeteria doors. Walkers and car riders will enter through the cafeteria doors. All students will sanitize their hands as they enter the building. If students would like to use the restroom before class, they will be able to use the restroom designated for their grade or class. Signs will clearly label which restrooms are to be used by which students. Staff members will be abundant throughout the school to ensure social distancing. School starts at 9 a.m., so all students must be in classrooms at that time. Breakfast begins at 8:30 a.m. Arrival to school. Please view this map to know that walkers and car riders will enter through the cafeteria doors, and bus students will arrive and enter through the 4th Street doors. Breakfast procedures. Students will eat in the cafeteria or gym. They will be socially distanced from one another. It is important that they follow the directions of the teachers in charge to keep students safe and socially distanced. Transportation. Individual bus stops, pickup times, and drop-off times will be communicated to families prior to the start of blended learning. Families should expect to receive a postcard in the mail. Families can also log into their parent portal to view their students' pickup and drop-off times. Restrooms. Students are encouraged to maintain social distancing and wash hands after using the restroom. Students will be cleaned Restrooms will be cleaned and sanitized frequently throughout the day. Morning and afternoon restroom breaks will be scheduled by class and supervised by the teachers and staff. After each class uses the restroom, there will be a 15-minute period where restrooms will be disinfected and sinks will be wiped down prior to the next class's restroom use. After restroom breaks, staff will ensure that students have sanitized their hands. During the day, to ensure a smooth and seamless transition, our student schedules will remain as close to the same as possible. Opportunities for movement will be built into the day within the class in addition to 1 to 2 recess breaks. Students may not remove masks outside during recess if they remain 6 feet apart as indicated by painted areas outside the entire time. Masks must be worn for entry and exit. Hand washing before and after any activity will be required. At this time, our playground equipment may not be used. Students will be provided with their own recess bag, which they cannot share with others. Classrooms, 6 feet spaced desks, signs to remind of social distancing, and sneeze guards on every student desk. Lunch is always a great time to socialize with friends, and we will do so at a distance. Students will have a hot and cold choice for lunch. If your child is bringing lunch from home, please respect any dietary restrictions in your child's classroom. Children should never share food as food allergies are not always known. Students will sanitize their hands before and after eating lunch. Lunch will be socially distanced in the cafeteria. Students will eat their lunch at their seats, which will be 6 feet apart from one another. Walker and car rider dismissal. Pre-K kindergarten and first grade will be dismissed through the Southwood Avenue doors. Second and third grade will dismiss on the playground. Fourth and fifth grade will be dismissed through the Markison Street parking lot doors. Car signs. Please create a sign for your car that clearly identifies the student or students you will be picking up. Do not exit your vehicle or walk up to the door. Bus dismissal. Students who are on buses will be called from their bus rooms when their buses arrive. Students will walk from bus rooms following floor guides out throughout the South 4th Street entry doors to their buses. Staff will be present throughout the halls to ensure social distancing. Unified Arts. Following health and safety guidelines, our Unified Arts will remain being conducted via Zoom. Your child will participate in Unified Arts courses during their remote learning days. Unified Art times will be adjusted so students can participate while remote from home. IEP services. As much as possible, we want to keep core instruction happening during our hybrid learning model. Where possible, intervention specialists and instructors will plan for small groups during students at home days. Students will continue to receive IEP services under the blended model. When possible, students will be pulled into their resource room to work with their intervention specialist. When not possible, students will receive services via Zoom. Areas will be disinfected after each small group of students meet with their intervention specialist. Fuel Up distribution. Beginning February 3rd, the Fuel Up locations where families pick up the 5-day meal packs will shift to 18 Columbus City School high school locations across the district. Pickup times will continue from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and evening distribution pickup hours will shift to 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. We are so excited to welcome our Eagles back to school. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to call Southwood Elementary at 614-365-5553.